Have you ever stopped to wonder, why does a woman still think about a man years after it's over? Not the man who bought her flowers, not the man who texted her good morning every day, but that one man, the one she can't quite explain, the one who left a mark she didn't ask for and never fully erased. Today, we're going to talk about exactly who that man is, and more importantly, how you can become him. Stay with me, because the 5 things I'm about to share with you, most men will never hear this, and the ones who do, they won't understand it, until it's too late.
Here's the paradox nobody teaches men. The more desperate you are to be remembered, the faster you're forgotten. Women don't store men in memory based on how much effort they received. They store men based on how they were made to feel. Not comfortable, not safe in a boring way. I'm talking about that electric sense that this person is different. This person operates on a different frequency. And that feeling, once created, does not simply disappear. It echoes, sometimes for years, sometimes forever. So what creates that feeling? 5 specific things. Let's go through them one by one.
Point 1. He makes her feel truly seen. Most men look at women. Very few men actually see them. There's a difference. Looking is surface. Seeing is depth. A man who makes a woman feel truly seen, not complimented, not flattered, but genuinely understood, creates an experience so rare it becomes unforgettable. This means he listens without planning his next sentence. It means he picks up on what she didn't say out loud. It means he notices the small things, the hesitation before she answers, the way her voice changes when she talks about something she loves. Women go through life surrounded by men who see them as objects of desire, or problems to be solved, or performances to be evaluated. When a man breaks that pattern, when he sits across from her and is genuinely, quietly, completely present, she feels it in a way she can't explain, and she does not forget it.
Point 2. He holds standards without apology. A man without standards is like a river without banks. He flows wherever the current pushes him, and women can sense this instantly, and it does not attract them, it repels them. The man who leaves a mark is not the man who agreed with everything she said. He's the man who respected her enough to say no when he meant no, who walked away from a conversation when it crossed a line he had drawn, without drama, without punishment, simply as a fact of who he is. Standards are not cruelty. Standards are clarity. And in a world full of men who bend and mold themselves into whatever shape a woman wants, a man who stays himself is magnetic. Not because he's difficult, because he's real. He's not performing. He's not auditioning for her approval. He already has his own. Point 3. He challenges her mind. There is a kind of stimulation that has nothing to do with physical attraction, and it is one of the most powerful forces in human psychology. Intellectual stimulation. The feeling of being challenged, expanded, pushed beyond where you were sitting comfortably. The unforgettable man does not tell a woman what she wants to hear. He tells her what he actually thinks. He disagrees with her respectfully. He presents perspectives she hadn't considered. He asks questions that make her sit with silence for a moment before answering. Most men are so afraid of conflict, so afraid of losing her interest, that they flatten themselves into reflections of her own opinions. But a mirror is boring. A window is interesting. Be the window. Show her something she hasn't seen. Make her work a little, and watch what happens. Point 4. He protects her peace. Women live with a level of mental noise that most men will never fully understand. There is a constant stream of social evaluation, emotional labor, external pressure, and within that storm, most men add to the chaos. Drama, neediness, emotional volatility, unpredictability. The man she never forgets is different. He is a zone of calm in her life. When she is around him, her nervous system settles, not because he solved all her problems, but because his presence is steady. His energy is regulated.
He doesn't react to every small thing. He doesn't make her manage his emotions on top of her own. This quality, emotional groundedness, is incredibly rare and incredibly attractive, because at some level, what every person craves is peace, and the man who carries it with them and shares it without conditions, that man becomes associated with safety, with relief, with rest, and she will not forget what it felt like to be near him. Point 5. He leaves gracefully. This one surprises most people, but it might be the most powerful of all 5. How a man exits a relationship, a conversation, a moment, tells a woman everything about who he is at his core. Most men exit with noise, with bitterness, with pleading, with silence that is louder than screaming, with passive aggression that lingers for months. The man she never forgets leaves with grace. When it's over, and he carries himself out of the door with the same dignity he carried himself through it. No resentment, no begging, no performance of pain designed to make her feel guilty. He closes the chapter like a man who knows his own worth, and knows that worth does not depend on her validation. And ironically, that exit, it haunts her more than anything that happened before it, because deep down she knows, a man who can leave gracefully was never truly afraid to lose her, and that is what she will not forget. Let's bring it together. 5 things, 5 qualities that separate the man who is forgotten from the man who is not. He makes her feel truly seen. He holds standards without apology. He challenges her mind. He protects her peace. And when the time comes, he leaves with grace. None of these require money. None require looks. None require tricks or manipulation. What they require is something rarer than all of those things combined. A man who knows who he is, lives from that place, and doesn't compromise it for anyone, not even for her approval. That is the man she cannot erase. If this hit you differently than you expected, good. That means you're paying attention. Drop a comment below. Which of these 5 do you think you need to work on most? I read every single one. Subscribe if you haven't already. There's a lot more to come on this channel. Real psychology, real dynamics, no filters. I'll see you in the next one.